Hi everybody, this is M from DIYM. Today I wanted to talk about a cool Christmas gift idea. So I know it's kind of sideways, so I feel like this is a good opportunity to take a picture with your phone in case you want this recipe or in case you like this idea. I'm going to turn it the right way at some point. So I have two of these here. So this is actually called a cookie recipe, or I guess you could do any recipe. It doesn't have to be cookie specifically, but this one's specifically a cookie recipe heirloom kitchen towel. So I tried ironing it out as much as I could. It's made from linen. I got this printed at Spoonflower, and they did all sorts of different types of fabrics. They recommended this as a cool idea for gifts, and I thought that it was a wonderful one. This is a sidebar. Unfortunately, my grandma had passed away. She was kind of getting up there and wasn't really fully taking care of her stuff, and my brother ended up moving in to her place and found a lot of her stuff I don't even really want to get into it because it's kind of a gross story for for the internet, but I'm just gonna say he basically had to throw out a bunch of stuff. So some of her stuff that he had to throw out was some recipes that she had. But yeah, my grandma and I had, when I was younger, made cookies together. So I mostly did the decoration process of making the cookies, but we made some shortbread cookies together. And I really loved doing that with her. I did at one point when I got a little older, because it is a little harder to make shortbread. I don't know if you guys have ever made shortbread cookies before, but it can be a little bit tough to make. So she would always do that process, and then I would just do the decoration process most of the time. But there was a time when we were both a little older, and she asked me to participate in the actual making of the cookies. So that was really cool. I remember that from my childhood, and I've always personally carried that with me. So I was really saddened when I found out that the cookie recipes were thrown out and they were not in existence anymore. So apparently, though, this wasn't a secret recipe or anything like that. It was just something that we'd have every year for Christmas, right? And I really love these cookies. These are my favorite cookies. So I ended up kind of scouring Pinterest. I scoured the internet, but I also scoured Pinterest, and I just randomly stumbled upon, if my memory served me well, what sounded like the recipe. And it was on the back. I think it was like a flower box or something. And this is the actual title. It's called Grandma Shortbread Cookies. It looked like flour that my grandma would have used. I can't remember what flour box it was personally, unfortunately. If I do remember, I'll try to link it. But yeah, but basically I just sort of put it on here. Before I even made the cookies, by the way, I put it on here because I was like, oh, I'm running out of time. I need to make this before, I wanted to make this really badly. So I was like, I need to make this before Christmas time. So put the recipe on the document. I think it was a Photoshop document. First, I think I made sure spell check was a thing here. Then I also found another recipe that looked similar, not fully, but like similar, and was gluten-free version of it. So I actually made the towel, bought the towel, and then made the cookies afterwards. And I brought them and the towels, gifted them to my family who remembered the cookies. So I brought the cookies and the towels. Everyone had the cookies, and they're all like, oh my god, these are the exact cookies. They taste the exact same. My one brother, he had the gluten-free cookies just by accident, right? Because they looked very similar to the regular shortbread cookies. But he had the gluten-free ones, and he's like, yeah, these taste the exact same. I'm like, yeah, you're having the gluten-free version. So I basically nailed it on both the cookies. So that was really cool. That made me happy. I felt like they tasted very similar to myself. And then I gave them to people who never had them and just enjoyed cookies. So I ended up giving them to other friends, other family members, just as a nice little keepsake. So I think that the heirloom recipe towel is such a fun idea. So personal too, especially if you have lovely memories of making cookies with somebody and just love that. And cookies kind of remind you of Christmas time. I think it's such a lovely idea and a lovely gesture. So I made this. I basically got, I think it was like, might have been 1, 2, 3 yards. I can't even remember how many yards I got of this, but it's pretty big, as you can see. It's towel size. I think there was a actual dimension size that they recommended on the Spoonflower. It was on a blog that they were doing back in the day. But yeah, so I basically made 2 different colorways. So I got at least a couple of yards of fabric. So I got them by the yard. So I'm just going to turn it this way now. You guys know how to make, I already did the polka dot seamless pattern in Photoshop. So I think I made a lot of these candy canes and cookie ideas in Illustrator, I believe. And then I think I put this down first on the fabric so that it was completely seamless. And then I think I put this recipe over top, as far as I remember, but I could be wrong. And then I had quite a bit of a border because I had to sew, right? This is linen, this is white on the back. So there's 2 different colorways, as you can see. This has different reindeers. For some reason, you can't really see the gingerbread guy on this one. I don't know why, but anyways, there is a gingerbread man on this particular pattern. But you see see him a little bit better on the green pattern, and then this cute snowman guy, you don't really see him very well here either. So they look like completely different cookie patterns, but they're not. They're just in different placements. But yeah, so I did this fun green colorway, and it's the exact same recipe. I just thought for different people, everyone likes different colors, right? So I thought this would be more of a traditional green, Christmassy kind of colorway, and then this is more pastel colors, pinks, purples, mints, that sort of thing, which is more colors that I am drawn to. But I also really like the green. I'm kind of obsessed with the green as well. So it really depends on your taste and what you kind of like. But yeah, so you can do that if you want to. If you want to do different colorways with some sort of cookie recipe that is fun to make in your family. It doesn't have to necessarily be this one. But yeah, so I tried ironing this out. I have a really terrible iron. So I put this on Spoonflower with the dimensions they recommend. Did about, I think I did a yard, maybe more of this, which gave me quite a few. Might have been quite a few yards actually, maybe 3 yards or something like that. I think I got 3 yards of both, something like that. Anyways, it gave me quite a few, so I just cut them all out about the same size. And then I just sewed with my sewing machine. I'm not the best seamstress. My mom was a way better seamstress than I was, but unfortunately she's passed on. She passed away when I was 24, going on 25. But this was long after she passed, and I think this was right around the time my grandma had passed as well. So I basically sewed this with my sewing machine. I can sew okay, but I'm not the best seamstress. But I think I gave the better sewing jobs to other people. So you're basically seeing the worst of it, because this is all I have left over that I've kept from that batch of stuff. But yeah, I like the linen because that was recommended. They wash okay. I've washed these a bunch of times. I've actually used them. These ones look a little stained because I think I have used them while baking. I just find them really hard to iron, but I also don't have the best iron. Anyways, but yeah, I just want to show you the original Spoonflower stuff that I made. If you want to go on Spoonflower and do a similar thing and get yards and yards, if you're really good at sewing and you want to do something similar and then cut them out and then just sew them, super awesome, because then you're DIYing most of it. It's very personalized. Anyways, I just wanted to sort of show you guys that. That's it for this video. So I just wanted to show you guys a different thing you can customize and DIY that's very personal for people and a really great gift to give away to friends, family members that may be missing another family member. Maybe they also have very similar memories. Maybe you just wanted to share a recipe with somebody. I think that this is a really lovely, thoughtful gift idea. I hope you guys like that. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe and share the video with whoever you think might enjoy this kind of concept and see if you can make something similar. I think that this is really cool if you're really into doing digital art and patterns. You don't have to necessarily do patterns, but I think it adds a nice, fun, whimsical touch to it. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys like that, and let me know if you would do this sort of thing down below in the comment section, okay? Until next time, I hope everybody has an amazing Christmas, and take care, everybody. Have a good one, okay? Bye! Happy DIYing!